Yo dudettes, it's me here with a quick message to those of you who are warding off colds and bugs and all sorts at the moment. There's tons of you that are ill at the moment. Seems to me that it's worse than it was before Christmas, and I want to, well, wish you all that you get better as soon as possible for a start, and try and give you some tips that will help you resist infection once you've got over this bug and stop the rest of you from getting ill. Really, a few things that I've said many times before, but I don't think it's worth there's any harm in me saying them again. So again, I'm referring to some notes I have at my side, so if I'm looking over here, that's why. So in terms of immune system and resistance to infection, remember one of the first things that I say to all of you when you're thinking about whether to exercise or not: too much exercise, too much hard exercise, or being too sedentary, both of them are not good for your immune system. Okay, so when you're beasting yourself and you're pushing yourself to your limits, or you are being completely sedentary and not exercising at all, neither of them are good for your ability to fight infection in your immune system. So we're trying to find that middle ground in between, where, especially when you are not feeling 100% if you're warding off an infection, is to find that balance of moderate exercise, where you're, so if you are coming along to a session, for example, and you don't feel 100%, unless you're feeling really rough, and I totally get that you're not going to want to come at all, it's probably the right thing for you to do, but if you're feeling a bit under the weather, coming along and doing something to get your body moving will do you good, will boost your immune system. Coming along and beasting yourself when you're feeling a bit under the weather won't. I mean, Jo was an example this morning. She didn't feel brilliant, felt a bit cold, but didn't feel so awful that she couldn't come. She came along and did half press up, swung a black kettlebell, sort of a green or a grey, that kind of thing. So take it down a notch while you're feeling not well, but by doing something, you'll be continuing to boost your immune system. Watch your bloody stress levels. So this to all of you, because I know a lot of you out there are stressed. If you have chronically high stress levels, your body becomes almost resistant to an acute stressor. So when it sees an infection, it's almost like as if it's suppressed your immune system's response to that infection. Okay, so do everything in your power to manage your stresses, and by doing that, when a acute stressor such as a virus or a bacterial infection comes along, your body is a lot more apt to deal with it. Okay, so for goodness sake, watch your stress levels. On your diet side of things, you need to be eating well. You need to be eating fresh whole foods that give your body nourishment and nutrition to be able to fight infections. But what you don't want to be doing is eating too much. So there's a lot of evidence that overeating and the results of overeating, being overweight, cause your body to have a higher number of inflammatory chemicals that will again knock out the balance of your immune system. Okay, so it won't react to viruses and bacteria in a way that it should do. Okay, you've got a combination there of as well. There's the overeating thing and the being overweight that's going to suppress your immune system, but also it's a part of that is what you eat. And be very conscious that if you're eating a lot of refined carbohydrates and sugar, that you've got a double whammy, because you're producing those inflammatory cytokines that I just mentioned more so by eating that type of food, but you've got the double whammy in that you're affecting the balance of the bacteria in your gut. And remember when I say over 80% of your immune system is housed in your gut. If you're feeding yourself sugar all the time, all you're doing is feeding the bad bacteria and inhibiting the growth of the good, and it is the good that are there to help your immune system to fight infection. So if you know you've got too much sugar in your diet, for goodness sake, try and start to make steps. I'm not saying get rid of it altogether in one fell swoop, because that won't work, but make steps to decrease the sugar in your diet so that you have a healthier gut inside and you'll be a lot stronger to fight infection. That is why I take these babies every single day. My diet is not perfect. I strive for it to be the best I can every day, and some days are better than others, and generally it's pretty good. It's that consistently, as good as it can be rather than perfect. But I take one of these every morning before my breakfast. So I have a 6 a.m. session, I take it before I go, and then I have my breakfast when I get back. If I don't, then I'll take it as soon as I get up, and then probably about half an hour's passed by the time I have my breakfast. And it just, my gut function has been so much better since I've been taking them. Mel will tell you how much better she's feeling. Everyone around her is ill, but she isn't. I can't stress enough how important a good gut bacterial balance is for your immune system and your ability to fight infection. But they only work if you take them regularly. That's the other thing. If they're sat in your fridge and you're not taking them, you need to find a way to take them. Like I say, it's like a religion for me to take these babies, because I know that I'm never ill. You know, a few other things as well. Like I say, it's a catalogue of different actions that we need to do daily to keep ourselves healthy. But I swear by these, I really do. And these two as well, that I won't be taking for much longer because we're getting into this. But over the winter season, the vitamin C, which is a 1 gram, remember, it's a 1 gram daily release over the 24-hour period. So it's like having a drip in your body that's constantly feeding you vitamin C. It's a time-release vitamin C. And vitamin C is so important for the function of your immune system, and it just keeps a constant, it's like almost permanently eating oranges as you go through the day. And vitamin D, because we just don't get enough of it from about October to March, also important for your immune system. I won't be taking those for much more than probably the rest of this month and the whole of next. And then April to September, they'll go away in the cupboard and they won't come out again until next winter. But you need that boost over the winter months. And remember as well, if you're trying to stave off the sugar, watch your artificial sweeteners. So don't go from a high sugar diet to a diet, if you know what I mean, of Diet Cokes and sweeteners and that kind of thing. Because again, there's a lot of evidence that a diet high in sweeteners affects that gut dysbiosis again, which is, you know, where I'm going back to these probiotics and about having a good functioning immune system. There's a lot of evidence as well that sucralose specifically can make you more prone to viruses, specifically, again, not bacteria, but that is a specific sweetener, not all of them in general. So as with anything, you've got to eat well, you've got to get your nutrition in through your food. I take my multivitamins every day, all year round, to fill in any nutritional deficits that I might not have, because I don't know every day that I'm getting enough vitamin K or enough vitamin A or enough vitamin B12 or whatever. So that's my kind of insurance policy, to make sure that I'm topping up every day and making sure there's no shortfalls. But the C and D in the winter months is really important, and I can't stress enough how important it is to keep your gut healthy. If your gut is healthy, your body will be so much better at fighting infection. So if you know you're not eating well, your gut's going to be hampered. If you know you've got a lot of sugar in your diet, your gut's going to be hampered. If you're not necessarily, if you've been doing that for quite some time, you're very likely to have a gut dysbiosis inside you, which means you've got more bad bacteria than good. Let probiotics help you to balance that so that you've got a stronger inside that will make you stronger outside. Okay, combat your stress. Find ways to reduce your stress loads, because that chronic elevation of stress will mean a much reduced reaction when an acute stressor such as a virus or bacteria comes along. Exercise moderately if you are unwell. Remember, exercising gently will boost your immune system. Don't beast yourself, but equally don't become sedentary, because neither of those are going to do you any good. Okay, I hope that helps. Like I said, please get better, those of you that out there aren't feeling well. Look after yourselves, eat as well as you can. At the end of the day, I know Gillian McKeith was a pain in the arse, but she was very true when she said you are what you eat. And if you're putting shit into your body, you will feel shit. So, you know, look after yourself. Look for nourishing foods to help your body get better and to keep your body better when it is. Okay, speak to you later. Bye.